Winter didn't arrive in America in 2025. It attacked. Entire towns froze solid. Cars became statues. Schools vanished for weeks. And in one place, the National Guard wasn't optional. It was necessary. While most people bought cocoa and gloves, residents in these towns were quietly Googling one thing: how do I escape and fast? This isn't cozy snow. This is infrastructure breaking, bank draining, sanity testing winter. Stay to the end because one town on this list isn't even supposed to have snow, and another literally froze vehicles into the road. Pick the wrong city and winter alone can cost you thousands. Let's start the countdown. Number 7, Baraga County, Michigan. In Baraga County, snow doesn't arrive quietly. It deletes things. Roads don't get covered, they vanish. Mailboxes disappear. Cars stop being vehicles and turn into frozen shapes trapped inside white walls. By March 2025, snowfall passed 22 feet. Not soft drifts or scenic piles, but dense. Wine-carved barriers that boxed in homes and erased entire neighborhoods. Roofs strained under the weight. Streets lost their identity. And navigation became memory-based because maps stopped helping. January temperatures hovered near 12-degree mark before wind chill. Step outside and the cold doesn't sting, it presses. It drains energy fast and punishes hesitation. Internet access struggled. Video calls dropped, streaming froze, and isolation became both physical and digital at the same time. Jobs were limited, mostly logging, seasonal tourism or government work, and when storms hit, schedules stopped mattering because winter decided who could show up. Heating bills climbed until they rivaled rent. Staying warm became a calculation, not a comfort. People didn't ask if it was cold. They asked how long they could afford to keep the heat running. And then there's the silence. Not peaceful silence, but heavy silence. Snow absorbs sound, traffic disappears, wind stalls, and suddenly you're alone with towering snowbanks and a sky that feels far away. Baraga County is beautiful, but brutally so. Forests coated in white, lakes locked solid, and a landscape that looks untouched. Because movement itself becomes optional. Living here means winter isn't a season, it's the operating system. Every decision, every plan, every expense runs through it first. And this is only number 10. If this already feels extreme, everything ahead gets colder, heavier, and far less forgiving. Number 6, Anchorage, Alaska. This part of Anchorage looks normal on the surface, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. In 2025, more than 10 feet of snow locked the city down. January temperatures dropped below zero before wind chill even entered the conversation. Daylight shrank to barely 4 hours on a good day. You wake up, step outside, and most of your world is darkness and snow. Cars here don't survive without block heaters. Shoes aren't optional gear. They need ice spikes just to stay upright. Mental health becomes part of the survival checklist. Because isolation, darkness, and cold stack on top of each other fast. Living costs climb while sunlight disappears. And daily routines start bending around weather instead of time. And yet people stay. They stay for the scenery, for the wild beauty, and for the pride that comes from enduring something this unforgiving. But Anchorage winter doesn't respect pride. It doesn't reward toughness. It just keeps going. Relentless, indifferent, and always in control. Number 5, Duluth, Minnesota. In Duluth, Minnesota, Lake Superior isn't just a lake. It's a weapon that reactivates every winter. In 2025, the city was buried under more than 140 inches of snow. Over 11 feet that erased grass, mailboxes, and rooftops behind towering white walls. But the snow is only the opening act. Brutal winds roll off Lake Superior and cut straight through every layer, turning each breath into resistance. This is the kind of cold that feels intentional, like nature is demonstrating power instead of weather. Duluth's steep hills become traps once the roads freeze. Cars slide without warning. People fall, and every task, from shoveling to commuting, turns into a calculated risk. Snowbanks don't melt and move on. They stay for most of the year, reshaping streets and shrinking space. Heating bills don't just increase, they become a monthly burden that never eases. Leaving the house means gambling with ice patches, blackened roads, and wind strong enough to shove you sideways. Winter here demands endurance, skill, and patience, but the real toll is mental. The silence after a storm is heavy. The darkness arrives early, and the cold tests focus as much as strength. Survive one season in Duluth, and you don't just get tougher, you change. You move differently. You think differently. But winter always collects interest. Every slip, every drift, every blast of wind takes something back. In Duluth, living isn't passive. Every day is a challenge you either meet or pay for. And if this already feels extreme, what comes next will rewrite your definition of winter entirely. Number 4, Flagstaff, Arizona. Yes, Arizona. And in 2025, Flagstaff shocked everyone. It recorded the snowiest year in its history, with more than 160 inches of snowfall. The city's high elevation turns weather into a constant wild card. Conditions can flip in minutes, not days. You wake up to 20-degree foam, biting wind, and thick snow fog. By midday, the sun breaks through. Temperatures climb to 45 degrees, and snow starts melting. By nightfall, darkness drops. Temperatures crash back to 18 degrees Celsius, and violent cold returns. This isn't interesting weather. It's unforgiving. One delayed decision, one wrong turn, and the environment punishes you immediately. Blizzards hit without warning. Roads turn into sheets of ice almost instantly. Snow tires aren't optional here. They're mandatory. Road maintenance avoids heavy salting, which means every street becomes a high-risk surface once temperatures swing. In Flagstaff, you can buy sunscreen and snow chains in the same week and need both. Rent is high, but the real cost isn't just financial. Commuting becomes a gamble. Small mistakes turn into accidents, missed work, or worse. Snow doesn't just sit on the ground. It challenges every roof, every road, and every vehicle daily. Locals understand something newcomers don't. Flagstaff isn't about comfort. It's about survival. In 2025, many Arizonans learned the hard way that desert sunshine doesn't protect you at elevation. Flagstaff proved that snow and desert can coexist, and when they do, expectations shatter fast. Living here means accepting unpredictability, danger, and breathtaking beauty all at once. The snow, the wind, and the violent temperature swings test mental toughness, adaptability, and endurance constantly. Flagstaff isn't just a place on the map. It's a lifestyle choice where every day becomes a new survival story. Number 3, Buffalo, New York. In Buffalo, New York, winter 2025 didn't just arrive, it erased the city. Lake effect snow buried everything, leaving nearly 15 feet stacked across streets, roofs, and sidewalks. Blizzards hit one after another, relentless. Like nature was rehearsing the perfect burial. Travel bans became normal. Work, school, and social life froze almost completely. Affordable housing was misleading. Daily life carried hidden costs. Equipment, repairs, lost time. Every shovel became part of your identity. Every roof, driveway, and sidewalk demanded vigilance. Winter didn't just influence life here, it ruled it. Schedules, plans, mobility, all at the mercy of snow's whims. Blizzards never paused. They attacked with wind, froze roads, and turned every convenience into a challenge. Life in Buffalo became a constant test of survival, endurance, and adaptation. Locals don't fight the snow. They endure it. They learn it. They live with it. Imagine waking up to streets lined with snowbanks as tall as houses. Traffic lights frozen, cars trapped in ice. Every breath bites, every step risks a fall, and every shovel swing drains energy. Living here means strategy, skill, and patience dictate daily life. Buffalo's winter isn't just harsh, it builds discipline, resilience, and communal strength, forcing everyone to adapt or be left behind. Number 2, Rochester, New York. This is where winter stopped playing fair. In Rochester, 2025 wasn't a single disaster. It was a relentless, exhausting siege that stretched for months. Over 12 feet of snow fell, but that wasn't the worst part. The real problem? There was no pause. One storm ended, another began. No recovery window, no reset button. The wind never stopped. It hurled snow back onto cleared streets, burying everything again, undoing every effort. Sidewalks vanished. Stepping outside, you couldn't tell if you were on pavement or a buried path. Schools closed. Offices went remote. Life didn't stop, it slowed and became grueling. Roofs strained under the weight. Every home carried the same fear. Will it hold tonight? Snow removal wasn't cleaning anymore. It was a battle to protect structures. Snowplows ran day and night, yet even they were overwhelmed. When city resources began losing to snow, residents realized this wasn't normal winter. Life ran by snowfall cycles. Grocery runs, work, meetings, sleep, and all dictated by storms. Opening a door meant facing a blast of icy wind. Breathing burned. Eyes stung. Minutes outside left both body and mind exhausted. Winter here didn't just attack the body. It eroded patience, endurance, and mental strength. People were tired, but they couldn't stop. Rochester 2025 made one thing clear. Winter here isn't an inconvenience, and it's the decision maker. Number 1, Marquette, Michigan. Lake Superior doesn't create weather here. It commands it. In 2025, the lake was furious. Snowfall topped 200 inches. The real danger wasn't the total. It was the pace and relentless streak. Moisture from the lake supercharged every storm, making it colder, heavier, and long-lasting. Snow didn't fall here. It lingered. Visibility dropped to 0 for days. Streets disappeared. Landmarks vanished. GPS failed. Wind chills were brutal. Just minutes outside became dangerous. Breathing burned. Faces froze. One mistake could be fatal. Yes, jobs exist, but winter hijacks your calendar. Time isn't yours. Plans bend to the snow forecast. Snow removal isn't a job, it's continuous warfare. Cleared roads get buried in hours. Snowbanks tower over people. Isolation here isn't just geography, it's a mental state. During storms, the city is almost cut off from the world. Silence dominates. Darkness comes early. Marquette is stunning. But beauty has a price: relentless cold, constant preparation, and crushing isolation. Winter doesn't end here, it takes over life itself.